Whew. I don't know why. I've only been up for like 2 hours, but I feel really exhausted today. I've been running around the whole entire day yesterday, and then I've been running around for like the past 2 hours. And so this is like my break. Haven't had breakfast yet, even though it's like 3 p.m. But yeah. So yeah, welcome to the BookTube Club in the month of July. We're in the middle of summer, and I always feel bad when I'm like, you know, showing you guys food. So how about you pause this video right now and go grab yourself a snack. If you have watermelon, join in with watermelon. Oops, it's dripping. Otherwise, just grab something else. This is so freaking delicious. I think I'm also just exhausted because this month I've had all my finals and it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. I did a lot of studying. Probably annoyed the crap out of my friends because every single message that I sent them was, I hate studying. But yeah, a girl's gotta do what she's gotta do in order to make herself feel better. So due to said finals, I only read 3 books this month, which, you know, I'm still pretty fine with. My reading game hasn't been that strong. Last month I only read 4, this month I only read 3, but now I'm free and I plan on reading all the books. The first book that I read, because I'm already like, you know, waving it around like this, was Landline by Rowell. I actually didn't read this copy. If you watched my review, you would know what I actually did and how crazy I went about this book. Really loved it. This is an adult contemporary. It's about a family, and the main character, the protagonist, is called Georgia McCool, and she's really driven, and she's a show writer, like a screenplay writer, and she gets a chance to pitch her own show, even though she was supposed to fly out with her family to Nebraska to visit her in-laws over Christmas, but she decides to stay back, and once her family leaves, she kind of realizes that maybe she hasn't done the right thing, and she just spends a lot of time at her mother's where she finds a yellow landline, and she uses it, and she manages to contact her husband in the past, 15 years in the past, and rethinks her whole entire marriage and their relationship. So it's Rowell. I really enjoyed it. It was, you know, a really sweet and fun read, and even though it's about marriage and it's adult contemporary, I still found it really relatable because her character, I mean, I don't know, I know a lot of people, obviously I'm not married, I don't have children, I don't have that kind of strain in that sense, but I still really like the characters. I mean, just because I'm not married doesn't mean I don't know married people, doesn't mean that I don't know how regular human relationships work. So personally, I still really enjoyed this book. And there's supposed to be an Easter egg in this book, which, you know, is really cool because I think I found it. I'm pretty sure I found it. Do you see how freaking red this is? That's how I judge my watermelon. Get the reddest one. Obviously then I don't. Like sometimes I buy the whole entire watermelon. I can't do that patting thing. Did anybody of you master that watermelon patting technique? I don't know how to judge the watermelons and their ripeness through that. Sometimes I just buy cut up watermelon, you know, like a fourth, like a giant fourth. I just choose to pick the reddest, which doesn't look rotten yet, or which doesn't look gooey yet, because that usually just tastes sour and vile. The second book that I read is actually a book that I started back in May as part of a buddy read-along, but I just kind of dropped out because I don't know, I just didn't really feel like flying through it. But I finally finished it this month, and it's The Lies of Lamora by Lynch. This is a fantasy series, and I'm not sure if it's still ongoing. I think there's 3 books out right now, but I think there's more to come. And it's about a guy named Lamora, and it basically tells his origin story and how he finds his way into a thieving crew. They just try to pull off the greatest heists ever. I don't know, I read this book and I feel kind of ambiguous about it because I obviously really enjoyed the story. It's very fast-paced and action-packed. You know, I constantly read this book with the thought, okay, so what's the end game? Like, what's the big picture? But it kind of just never happened. Lamora isn't really Locke's real name. I thought maybe it's some kind of hidden identity thing, plotline, but I think I read the synopsis of book 2 and 3 and it doesn't seem like it because I was considering whether I should continue the series or not. And I really don't know because on one hand I liked it, but on the other hand I don't really find it that special. So yeah, if you have read the other 2 books, is it worth it to continue reading? Because I just really don't know. And I feel like I'd much rather read, you know, there's so many other books out there to read. I'd much rather read a fantasy book that I know I really enjoy than kind of work my way through something which might get better at some point. So yeah, please tell me. That would really help. You know what my brother once did? He once blended the watermelon, and then he added vanilla ice cream into that and blended it again, and oh my god, it was like heaven, guys. It was the best thing ever. And the last book that I read this month was a book that was sent to me for review, and it's Just Like the Movies by Kelly Fiore. And it was published, I think, a week ago. It's a contemporary, YA contemporary. Let's not talk about the covers because I think you already know by now how I feel about covers like this. I went into it quite critically because I usually don't have very high expectations when it comes to YA contemporary. It follows two girls. One of them is called Marika, the other one is called... I can't remember what the other girl is called. Dang it! That's so ironic because the other girl is the quiet girl, which nobody remembers. I'm so cliche right now. Hold on, I'll go check it. I feel so bad right now. Like, so bad. What's her freaking name? Lily. Her name is Lily. Oops. So it follows the two girls, Marika and Lily, and Marika is kind of like, not really the popular, but like the jock, and she goes out with this really hot boyfriend, and Lily is like the quiet girl who helps out with all those school student president stuff and never gets recognized. And she has a crush on a guy in school, and Marika just really wants her boyfriend to say I love you. Circumstances just put them together, and they start developing a plan on achieving their romantic goals by reenacting scenes or reenacting plans out of movies, which is why this book is called Just Like the Movies. I was actually slightly positively surprised. 2/3 in, I actually thought the book might actually break the mold a little bit, jump over itself. But then the ending was a little bit too sweet for me. So I liked it. It was really fun to read. And it was a super fast read. I read it in like 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. And I really enjoyed myself, thoroughly enjoyed myself. But, you know, it just didn't really... Firstly, I didn't really feel that emotionally affected by it. I mean, I guess it's quite realistic because, you know, it's just typical teenage thoughts about love, about growing up, about friendship as well, which I really liked. But I was missing that kind of special element that would have set it apart from all the other YA contemporary, which is just me having high expectations again. So yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. If you really want something like light and fluffy and really fast to read, like a really nice summer read, I definitely recommend it. That was actually all that I read this month. Hopefully next month will be a little bit more exciting. But tell me what you've read. Ooh, tell me which snack you're eating right now. I want to know that. I don't know whether you've been sitting here lying to me or not. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? Well, anyways, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye!